AEW tonight is our debut show. And so I will have the match card set up very shortly for tonight's show. We have done a couple drafts and have a couple roster updates and actually some new members. So, let's jump into things, shall we? I'm still waiting on a couple people to draft for the 6th round. But other than that, we are ready to go. A brief recap of what has happened so far here at NCW. We've had 2 tournaments, one for the male and one for the females. And 2 people have earned opportunities for a spot at the pay-per-view, and those 2 people in the males is Seth Rollins, and for females, Ronda Rousey. So those 2 will be moving on to our pay-per-view coming up here in the next couple of days. Now, a lot of questions have been about the rules and all, which, again, nothing was set in stone, and so just to clarify some things, the way you earn a spot in the pay-per-view is by winning matches and all, which tonight's matches are qualification matches for the pay-per-view coming up. Tonight's show is Fear Factor, so be prepared for a lot of extreme matches, no holds bars, stuff like that. Crazy action tonight. So for the roster updates, so far people that have been drafted is The Fiend, which we've seen in the tournament make it to the 2nd round and lost to Seth Rollins in a steel cage match. Asuka, who we seen get eliminated the 1st round to Bayley. Big E, Drew McIntyre, and Maria Kanellis, along with Kofi Kingston, which we've seen made it to the Final 4, and thanks to the distraction from Roman Reigns, ended up losing to Goldberg, who went on and lost to Seth in a tables match. Alexa Bliss, who we seen go to round 2 and lose to Bayley. AJ Styles, which is one of our newest additions. Daniel Bryan, Rhea Ripley, and Sting. Along with Stone Cold Steve Austin, who got eliminated the 1st round by Seth Rollins. Ronda Rousey, who ended up winning the tournament. The Rock, Triple H, Trish Stratus, Shawn Michaels, Macho Man, Chyna, who got herself disqualified against Ronda and has been suspended for 30 days, for at least 2 weeks. So we will not see her in action until sometime next month. Andre the Giant, Razor Ramon, and Beth Phoenix. Seth Rollins, who, like I said, won the 1st tournament that we had. And Becky Lynch got eliminated against Ronda Rousey. Brock Lesnar, Shinsuke Nakamura, Lita, and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. And then we have Goldberg, Charlotte Goldberg, who who ended up making it to the final two, I believe. Hold on, let me go back to my tournament. Goldberg, who made it to the final two and then got put through a table by Seth Rollins. Charlotte Flair, who lost the first round. Demon, Finn Balor, Naomi, and Kevin Nash. And then our newest member of NCW, who drafted their 5 superstars today. I'm waiting on them for their 6th. There's a couple that I'm waiting on for their 6th. Has drafted Eric Young, Adam Cole, Alicia Fox, Bret the Hitman Hart, and Carmella. So, let's get down to it. Tonight's match card, which I am setting up now, will be a very interesting match card. Now, a couple rules is if a superstar participates tonight, they cannot compete for the rest of the week. Now, as of right now, they can, because where we only have like 6 superstars each. But after this week, once the draft's all over with, once a superstar competes, they can only compete every other day. They have to have they have to have at least a 2-day rest period before they can compete again. So they compete on Monday, which probably won't be doing anything on Mondays. So say they compete on Wednesdays, they cannot compete again until at least Saturday. But if there's not a pay-per-view, we'd prefer them to compete on Sunday. If they're in a pay-per-view match, they will not compete but one time that week, if they even compete that week. That way they will not be injured or anything for the pay-per-view. And then the way trades will work out is, say 2 people, someone has a superstar that someone else wants, they can bring it across the commissioner and, can either decide to let the trade go through or decline the trade. As of right now, trades are not in effect. They will not be in effect until later on in the season. Now, championship matches are earned after you win so many matches. And that is up to the person who has that superstar and the commissioner to talk it over. Commissioner will bring it up to him, be like, hey, your dude's won this many matches, do you want to put him in for a title match at the pay-per-view? And they can choose to accept it, or they can choose to enter them into the Battle of the Brands match, which the champion cannot compete in that until Survivor Series, in which is when the big Battle of the Brand supremacy is in effect. Shows will have people from multiple shows on them instead of just one person's people. One person can put 2 other superstars against each other, but we prefer them to put them against each other for spirit of competition. And yeah, so tonight's match card, let's get into it. Now, the superstars that was in the tournament is eligible to compete tonight because the tournament was on Saturday. So, if you all have anyone you want to see compete tonight, let me know while I am making the match card up, and I can add them in. Otherwise, you will have to wait until tomorrow's, or maybe tomorrow. Definitely Friday. Maybe tomorrow. Saturday's iffy. This week's just kind of hectic for me. So, alright, the first match tonight is a dream match that a lot of people have been wanting to see. And that's The Undertaker versus Demon Finn inside a Hell in a Cell. Our second match tonight will be another, well, will be a rematch, more like. And that will be Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan in a last man standing match. Our third match of the night features our ladies of NCW. And our first women's match will be a WrestleMania 36 match, actually, coming up this weekend. And it will be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. And that will be a no holds bar. Our fourth match is also, well, let's see. Seth Rollins can't compete due to the pay-per-view claw. Our fourth match will be Goldberg versus Edge in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Our fifth match for tonight is another women's match, and that will be the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, versus Beth Phoenix. And that will be just a no DQ match. And our main event, our sixth match, and our main event for tonight will be a elimination chain. Our final match tonight will be a 8-man. Oh, I gotta see if an 8-man battle royal, which this match will also get someone a spot in the pay-per-view in the main event, possibly. Definitely a pay-per-view spot though, and it will be Adam Cole versus Kevin Nash versus Braun Strowman versus give me just a minute, guys. I just realized I did not share this with the group. So y'all probably don't know what's going on. Alright, so Adam Cole versus Kevin Nash versus Braun. Now again, y'all can change people around if you don't want them. Versus Macho Man. Wait, never mind. Versus Ultimate Warrior. Versus Triple H. Versus I think Drew McIntyre versus Mankind versus AJ Styles. Now, I believe I'm going to update match 1 and make that a triple threat match. And The Fiend is going to be added in. Again, changes can be made. I can add superstars, take superstars away. Just let me know. Like I said, the rest clause is not in effect either until the draft is done, which we are on round 6 now. Round 7, 8, 9, and 10 will be tomorrow. I'm just waiting to get back. I'm just waiting for people to get back to me. I got to figure out. Alright guys, so that was just a little update. I will be posting the match card here in just a few minutes, as soon as I figure out everything. And then I'll be going live again very shortly, so I will see you all soon.